something we have never had over here. So our debate today, our motion will be about, do we support provinces or counties? By this I mean, in 2010 we had provinces, like we never had counties. So our debate today is on, do we support the coming back of provinces, or we just continue with the county thing? So we have the one proposing, he's opposing, and he's on both sides. So we are both going to give our thoughts on everything. So on my side, I support provinces. I support that provinces should come back, and our parliament should consider, and the constitution should bring the provinces thing back. My reason is being that, okay, so being that there is a lot of counties, there are 47 counties. Is it 47 or 48?
47.
They wanted to introduce another one to be 48, but currently there are 47. So these 47 counties, they have a lot of leaders. Like in one county, you're going to find there are going to be like, let's say 18 leaders who are ruling that county. So that brings a lot of diplomacy and a lot of our money, our taxes. See, they're paid with our taxes. Our taxes go to them, and there's no work that they're doing over there. Do you support my point?
No.
Why don't you support my point?
Let me tell you something. First of all, if the reason why we chose counties, number one, neo-colonialism. Colonialists are the one who brought this thing. Do you know why they did it? Not for our own good, but for their own good. To divide this country along trouble lines. That's why there's Western, Nyanza, Northeastern, blah blah blah, to make it easier to control. And the reason why they want to make it easier to control is because for their own good and their own benefit. What is their benefit? To extract resources from us. So, and that is why you'll find for the past 40 years that it was introduced in 2010. So the past 40 years, Kenya has not been the way Kenya is right now. Why? Because of those provinces. Those provinces are just too huge that it was actually sometimes actually difficult to reach the other side. For example, ever since we introduced counties, places like Turkana have developed so much, and other places, as opposed to when we only had provinces. And then the other thing is that dividing this country into 8 places gives this eight regional people, let's call them, it gives them a lot of power. And that way, creating militias is very, very easy. If someone controls Rift Valley, that's a very huge part, and let's say he gets tired, I want Rift Valley to be my country, what would stop it?
But it is said that when these provinces come back, the Rift Valley, because it's too big, like the big provinces, they're going to be divided into 2. So it will be easier to rule.
It will be easier to rule.
Yeah.
And it was, so let me ask you something first of all. When we had the provinces, right? What benefit have you ever seen in those provinces?
Okay, I was young that time when there were provinces, so I don't know about the benefits.
You don't know the benefits?
I don't know.
So so you were younger, and I can actually remember when we had provinces. The only benefit we got as a province, as far as I can say, was that it was easier to cram them.
In school, right? It was easier to cram. Because right now you have to cram 47 counties for your examination.
Yeah, it was easier to cram them. And yes, I can say that dividing them into 2 is a good idea, but still, those two chunks of locations are still too big. And the bigger the landmass, the bigger the landmass is. I can say this: if someone holds a big landmass, the more power that person has. Look, for example, right now we have issues of goons. Goons are okay. They're not. I cannot say that they are new. They've been there in the past, but right now they're accelerated.
Yeah, there's an increase.
And you know, goons actually evolve to militias. That's what happens. And if militias, they involve into something else, especially if you give them too much power. Now imagine someone holding in charge of half of the valley has his own goons, and greed comes into his head. What is going to happen?
But you're looking at the negative side.
Yes, that's the negative side. Let me.
There's also a positive side.
Yes, but I'm here to oppose it.
Yeah, you're here to oppose it, but to oppose it in a good way, not the negative side, but the positive side.
So
don't talk about goods.
Why should I not talk about goods?
We shouldn't talk about goods because we are not sure these goods will be there. Who told you the goods will be there?
Who told us? They have always been there.
They have always been there. They have been on the opposite side.
No, they have been on the highest bidder. They don't pick sides. They pick the fattest paychecks.
But you shouldn't talk about goods because how sure are you that time when these provinces come back the goods will be there?
Because they are human beings. Are human beings. It's human nature.
Now what will make the goods? What will make these humans have goods?
Power. Okay, why do you think politicians want to hire goons today? Why do you think they do that?
Not because of power.
Why? Why do they
because
do that?
they want to attack us. Like right now in politics okay, you're finding there are two parties, and then one party sends goons. Let's say for example our party has gone to church for something, they send goons over. They want to attack us.
Why do they want to attack you?
Because they have the power to do it.
Good. You see? Power. Now imagine that's a goon for maybe just a small county. Now imagine a goon in charge of half of a province. Yes. So what do you think he'll achieve?
Guys, can I intervene a little bit? I think we should not base this whole idea on goons because first of all we need to look at goons. The word goons basically, I feel like it's more of a hired group of people who have a specific short-term or temporary purpose to probably attack, destroy, or cause chaos and anarchy for a short period of time. So I don't think we should base the idea of devolution to the goons narrative because again, having a goons for a whole province would mean that you have to pay them, and it is not easy to pay goons for a whole region or a province. Now, I'm taking both sides, that it is good to either have the provinces or the counties. However, maybe by the end of the debate, you guys will be able to see on the side that I am leaning more towards. Now, I want to say that I think the whole idea of devolving our country into regions as counties, the whole idea was born from a few factors, and in my own understanding and in my own way of looking at it, I feel like the most important factor was that dividing our country into regions would allow what we call regional governments who know their people, who know what their people need, who know the areas that their people need to invest more, who know the challenges that their peoples are facing. You mentioned that places like Turkana have developed a lot after the devolution happened in our country. And I want to agree because after devolution, we found out that there was a lot of proper investment in the region of Turkana, for example. There were issues to do with the water shortage and everything, but when there was devolution and we had Turkana County, the county government was able to intervene and invest more resources into coming up with boreholes, coming up with watering holes, coming up with solutions for water shortage, because the county government is aware of their people and what they need. It doesn't mean that development was not taking place before. The government was taking care of development, but the rate at which development was happening is not the same as which it is happening at the county level. Provinces are good and they are okay because they reduce what we call the burden of the mwananchi in terms of paying a lot of salaries to so many positions of power. But at the same time, I feel like with increased population in our country, we find that some regions have large numbers of people that would require a much closer government than the national government to take care of their needs. And I think that is why counties are not so bad as well, because with increase in population, you require a government that is closer to you to govern and at least manage the people.
But my question is, yes, we need to be close. The government needs to be close to the people and know what they are going through. But why have these so many people? Why have the MCA? Why have the women rep? Why have nominated MPs?
I agree. I agree that we need to have what we call a very controlled number of seats that we are putting into positions of power in our country. Okay, this is totally a bit out of topic, but not so much out of topic. For example, I personally find it very hard to find very meaningful. It doesn't mean that I don't find a reason, but I normally find it hard to understand why we have a position of a women rep in our country. Because women rep, I mean, she is representing the women. I mean, does it mean that the male gender should also have a man rep? I mean, it doesn't make sense why we have a women rep seat. And the mere reason that is given that it's because women do not have so many positions of power, they need someone to... I feel like we are in a century where things have changed, and what a man can do, it is said that a woman can do. And if that is the case, and if we are talking about women rights, I think we should also talk about men rights. Because the boy child is equally important as the girl child. We don't need a position as women rep. I would rather have the government nominate more women into positions of power without electing them than having something like women rep who is voted even by men into power. You find that a woman rep comes into power and men are voting. It doesn't make sense. And even the purpose that is stipulated in the constitution of a women rep, it means we need to have a man rep who also represents the male gender. So some of these positions of power, in my opinion, are completely weighing down our economy. They are actually pushing the citizen, the mwananchi, to the limits for something that is not really necessary. So for positions of power, I would totally agree with you. We don't need so many MCAs that are getting paid all that amount of money. I would rather have that we have very few constituencies. I mean, I would rather have that we reduce the number of leaders. But it is not that I'm enforcing that government should be closer to the people. I feel like devolution has brought change, because right now in our country, we have every county talking about having a city in the next few years. We have every county talking about having a level 6 hospital. We have every county talking about having the same services that in the past they would have to go get them from the capital city. So every county government has a sitting place where they have a town or a major town, or rather a city, that they are developing and bringing the services closer to the people. I support devolution because it brings development, but at the same time it pushes the burden to the mwananchi beyond the necessary limit.
Okay, talking about the government they are becoming closer to the mwananchi. Okay, in provinces, do you feel like provinces bring more unity to people than how we are separated through counties, both of you? What's your take?
What?
Your take on, do you feel like if we have provinces, we will be more united than having county?
No, not united.
Why?
So, because first of all, provinces, they contain a lot of let's face reality. We are a tribal country.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And provinces, actually, they bring a lot of. Let me say this. Provinces have a lot of tribes in one location. So we need to bring unity. Okay, they say to some extent that you can, but it only needs that one crazy person to say my tribe is not being well taken care of, and tribe X is being taken care of. Yes, we have one leader representing that whole region. Imagine if that scenario comes up. if it's divided by into counties, that one tribe can say, yes, my tribe is not being catered for, because we cannot blame one person. We can say my tribe is not being catered for because my governor is not doing something, so the problem will be within that county. But when it comes to provinces, it only takes one person to decide, because everyone will blame that one leader who is not doing the work. And if they blame that one leader who is not doing the work, it eventually will lead to something prosperity. That's what happens to Sudan.
But you know, right now, like unlike at the past where provinces were only based with a specific tribe, these days people have come. There are people from Kisumu who are in Nairobi. There are people from Nairobi have gone to Mashinani. You get me?
Yes.
So like we are just everywhere.
Yeah,
so unity will still be there.
But have you ever seen the kind of state we are in during the elections?
Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
crisis.
Yeah, we still go back to our own primitive form.
I want to oppose something. I don't think we are a tribal country. I strongly disagree, because our country is not tribal, but the right word to describe our country is that we are a divided country. We are not tribal, but we are a very divided country. And our divisions are on the basis of religion, culture, sense of belonging,
Beliefs.
Political divides. Our country is divided, but our country is not tribal. And I want to give an example why I am opposing that. Today, if there is a marathon that is happening in London, every Kenyan will tune to their TV to celebrate Kiprono, Kipchoge, Kipchirchir, whoever is there, Mwangi, Ochieng, whoever is there, every Kenyan will be proud that somebody from their country is winning. So we are not a tribal country, we are a divided country. I feel like it is not that provinces would bring more unity. The problem that we are suffering from as a country is that counties, in as much as counties have specific tribes dominating, we have others that are metropolitan. We have a county like Nairobi, Kiambu, so many other counties that have Indians, that have Kikuyus and Luos and Akambas and Kisii and Kalenjin and all the tribes together. We don't have a problem with that. I think our main challenge is that we lack the government, the national government is not visible to the scale that it should be visible, because I think our unifying factor should be our country. I have always felt that Kenyans are not patriotic to the level that they should be, and part of the big contributor to lack of that patriotism is because Kenyans are frustrated. When Kenyans are frustrated because the national government or the county government does not deliver whatever is expected, the frustration is turned towards one another, because there is always a blame game that this tribe is benefiting more, and that happens after every election. Because if the president is an Indian, Kenyans will say, Indians will be so well fed in the next 10 years. Indians will be rich in the next 10 years. There is that notion, there is that belief that comes out that if things are not going okay, the president is directing resources to his tribe. I don't think that is really the case, because generally Kenya is improving as a country.
We can hold on there. Okay, stay tuned. We're going for a short break. We will continue where we have left. See you later.
Ayo no one kire kwe Jesu. makeina theno raino thayo Ndete thayo mbeca inengi waga Ngiandikwo wira mwega ngiaga thayo Biacara igitherema na ndigana kuona thayo Nageria Jesu ngĩiyũrwo nĩ thayo Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũta Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Gũkĩra rĩa marĩ mbere akorwo nĩ mũciĩ na kaga thayũ Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũtarĩ Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Ciana irarerwo na wendo mũnene Ciagimara ikagithia aciari thayũ Mandĩko maroiga mĩciĩ ĩno yakirwo nĩ Ngai Tũmũkaĩre nĩegũtũhe thayũ Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũta Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Ndonaga makindera kahinda No rĩrĩa ndamenyire hitho ya thayũ nĩ Jesu Ngĩrĩrĩra mathani akĩhonokia Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũtarĩ Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Rĩrĩa ndamenyire hitho ya thayũ Ndahanire mũndũ waciarwo rĩngĩ Gĩkeno gĩkĩ njiyũra nyinago haleluya Shalom Jesu kĩhumo gĩa thayũ Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũtarĩ Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Hallelujah rĩu ndĩna thayũ Shalom Jesu kĩhumo gĩa thayũ Gũtũra ndĩmũinagĩra hosana hallelujah Shalom Jesu kĩhumo gĩa thayũ Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũta Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ Wĩra mwega ngĩaga thayũ Biacara ĩgĩtherema na ndigana kuona thayũ Nageria Jesu ngĩiyũrwo nĩ thayũ Thayũ no wonekire kwĩ Jesu Thayũ ũhurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku Thayũ kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthena na gũta Andũ makĩina thĩno raino thayũ gũkĩra rĩa marĩ na kagathayo nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ ciana irarerwo na wendo mũnene ciagimaraikagithia ciari thayũ mandĩko maroiga mĩciĩ ĩno yakirwo nĩ Ngai tũmũkaĩre nĩ gũkũhe thayũ nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ nondonaga makĩndĩra kahinda no rĩrĩa ndamenyire hitho ya thayũ nĩ Jesũ ngĩrĩrĩra mathani akĩhonokia nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ rĩrĩa ndamenyire hitho ya thayũ ndahanire mũndũ waciarwo rĩngĩ gĩkeno gĩkĩnjiyũra nyinago haleluya shalom Jesũ kĩhumo gĩa thayũ nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ haleluya rĩu ndĩna thayũ shalom Jesũ kĩhumo gĩa thayũ gũtũra ndĩmũinagĩra hosana haleluya shalom Jesũ kĩhumo gĩa thayũ nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ nayo no wonekire kwĩ Jesũ nayo hurũke ngoro-inĩ yaku nayo kũhe kũiganĩra gwĩthĩna na gũtarĩ andũ makĩina thĩna raino thayũ
Okay, so there's something you were saying.
So I was saying that I don't think provinces would bring the unifying factor, neither would the counties bring. I feel like the unifying factor in our country should be brought about by the country. The country should be the unifying factor. Well, we have symbols of unity in our country, but in as much as we have those symbols, I don't feel like they bring the aspect of unity in a broad way to the level that they should, because the kind of division that we have is brought about by lack of unity. I believe that. So the provinces will not bring unity, but I feel like the country should, and the counties or the provinces or whichever kind of devolution we have, they should focus and give a very serious investment in terms of uniting people, because unity can eradicate a lot of divisions which would escalate slowly from just issues into crisis, and eventually it gets out of hand, like we saw in the 2008, sometimes during the heated moments when we have elections in our country. So unity can be promoted in various ways, and as a neutral person here, I would say that the symbols of unity that we have in the country should work a bit harder, because I have never felt the patriotic
Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongeza. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongeza. Mipango yako kwangu ni ya wema Bwana, mawazo yako kwangu ni ya wema Mungu. Mipango yako kwangu ni ya wema Bwana, mawazo yako kwangu ni ya wema Mungu. Shetani akija na mipango yake unapangua, watesi wakija na mateso yao unayavuta, na hila zote wapangazo nyuma yangu naitua. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongeza. Nakushukuru Mungu we, njia zangu umetengeneza. Nakushukuru Mungu we, milango yangu umefungua. Milima umeangusha na mabonde umeainua. Unakuta umebomoa, tena nguvu umeniongeza. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Ushindi si wangu mimi, ushindi amenipa Bwana. Amefanya hili na lile, Bwana ananiongoza, nikiomba hili na lile, Bwana ananiongeza.
Upgrade your vocal mix from this
How can we keep in touch?
to this.
Dominion Productions.
Sorry for the technical interruption. We are back. Yeah, thank you for still tuning in and watching us. Thika TV, the world is watching. So Sam, you were giving us your opinion.
Yeah, so we're saying the unifying factor should be the country. So I feel like the national government should do more in terms of uniting people, not organizing them into groups, into tribes, into religions, into cultures, into all those divisions. The country should invest more into bringing the aspect of being a Kenyan. In fact, I think I would really advocate that in the future we have the introduction, introducing yourself as with your surnames and from certain tribes. It should be completely banned in the constitution. I feel like every introduction in Kenya should end with the word that I am a Kenyan. A very good example, instead of saying my name is Ochieng and I come from Nyanza, instead of saying my name is Mwangi and I come from Oranga, instead of saying my name is Ahmed and I come from Garissa County. I feel like we should have a kind of introduction where every introduction that is given should always end with a very good example of my name is Samuel and my name is Samuel Doita and I am a proud Kenyan.
Okay.
We should bring out the aspect of patriotism in everything that we do as a country. Everything that calls for social unity should be brought and quoted with the aspect of patriotism, and I feel like that would eliminate the desire to live under divisions in the upcoming generations. For example, if we train the future children or the generation that is there right now that we are one country, if a child today is born in Mombasa County, if the child is told that Nyanza is in Kenya and Nyanza is Kenya, if the child is encouraged that you can go to Nyanza and study there, study the university there, settle there, buy affordable housing there, for example, and live in Kisumu city, you will be a very happy and successful Kenyan if we encourage the aspect of patriotism, that you don't have to settle in a place because of what we call cultural security. We need to eliminate the divisions that we create because of the kind of beliefs that we have. You hear people saying that if you start a business in Kakamega, you're not going to succeed unless it is run by local people. That's a big lie. We need to wake up and see that we are in a century where we cannot exist because of cultural boundaries or boundaries that we've set ourselves. So counties, and one of the big challenges or the disadvantages to a very mild level is that counties, the boundaries and the borders that are formed by counties, they tend to create the cultural boundaries and tribal boundaries that end up becoming something really terrible for the country. So I think that is now the role of the national government to promote unity in different ways when it comes to unity. So provinces do not really encourage unity, but neither do the counties do. But I feel like the regional governments, the county governments or the provincial governments, or rather, and the national government, they should invest in promoting unity in every social activity that is carried out in our nation.
On your point about every citizen in Kenya introducing his or him or herself as I am a Kenyan, it has brought me the idea that these days in offices, government offices, in offices, just offices, when you come to you, for example, I'm a Kikuyu, you are a Kikuyu, I tell you, I'm Ivy Wanjiku. When you just hear the word Wanjiku, you're going to hire me. But when somebody else comes as I am Mary Otieno, you won't take this Otieno because she's not from the same tribe as you. You get me? What's your take on the provinces bringing unity?
So, okay, do you want to know whether or not they bring unity or...
Do they bring unity according to you?
Okay, we have to look at this from... We have to do something called a case study. Let's judge, let's look at the past to judge the present and to predict the future.
Yeah.
So, in the past, did these provinces bring unity? Well, I cannot say I'm old enough to live in that era, but I can say, what I can say is that somehow, yes, it brought unity, and because we never had much conflict when we had provinces. The only conflict we had, because we had provinces, was in 2007, 2008, the biggest this country has ever seen. But okay, I cannot say that it also brings this unity because I've not seen ever since these provinces were there. I've never seen people fighting because, oh, I'm in my province, oh, I'm in my province, I'm on my province. But it does not mean that that thing cannot happen in future. Just because it not happened in the past does not mean it can happen in the future. What can make it happen in the future? Maybe the reason why this country did this, we did not fight along provincial lines, maybe because we didn't have social media. Maybe that was the thing that's keeping us intact. Now, what if we have social media, and then it just takes one person to incite? All it takes is just that one crazy person to incite. Yes, and yes, he said, go back to the goons. He said, yes, he said that goons, maybe it's difficult to find goons, but I have to disagree. Goons, all it takes to find goons is just some foreign cooperation to give them money. That's what happened to DRC. That's what happened to Sudan. It's split into two. That's what happens in Haiti. And yes, goons work in a short-term cause, but they only work in a short-term cause because they have limited power, limited resources. If those guys are given guns and full authority, they're here to stay. And then we'll have another Haiti. Why I'm saying that provinces will exaggerate this, because you're looking at a province. The province, you're giving one individual a huge chunk of land, and the bigger the land, the bigger the power. And the bigger the power, the bigger the influence. All he has to do is just get some money from place X, hire goons from Turkana all the way to Namanga. And then all of a sudden that guy will say, now Rift Valley is the Republic of Rift Valley. But when you have a county, when you divide people into counties, having that idea of that I'm too powerful will be humbled, as in because you're not in charge of one huge tract of land. So yes, so does it bring unity? Yes, to some extent. Yes, it brings it. Looking at the case study, looking at the past, if we go back to the past, yes, it brought unity. But why did it bring unity? As I said, maybe it's because they didn't have social media, so no one was there to incite. But in the future, yes, in the future we have social media. All it takes is just one incitement, because someone saw Haiti doing this, someone saw DRC doing that, and by mistake, what if they discover a mineral in that province?
Okay, but I want you to do this. We are talking about right now. You see, whatever we are talking about is going to be taken to the parliament before the next election comes, and they're going to decide if it's going to be in the constitution. So we are talking about right now. Right now, however you know Kenya, however you know the people, however you have analyzed. For example, right now, if someone comes up on TikTok, for example, like the Kaluma boy came up on TikTok with a problem, Kenyans got united, all of them, and they came together and they helped. So my point of view is right now Kenya is united, because everybody has, kila mtu ako na problem yake. You have your problem, you have your problem, I have my problem. But when they come together, they become one thing. That's the thing. And things unite them. The only thing that doesn't unite them is politics, because everybody has, you have your belief, I have my belief, I have my own party, you have your own party. So I feel the unity will still be there, with provinces or no provinces. Yeah.
I think I would like to support some points and oppose others.
Yeah.
And one of the points that I want to support and at the same time oppose is that social media is causing the mobilization of goons. Well, I don't really think that goons were mobilized through the social media, but I believe that they communicated through the social media. If you are hiring people to go and destroy something, I don't think there is anybody, including the government officials, who can just mobilize through the social media and say that I want goons to go and destroy businesses in Vika or Naivasha or Nakuru. That person will be arrested, and the people are going to be against that person. So goons are there, and the social media is the mode that they use to communicate. I agree.
No, you have to say that we should do away with social media.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Let me complete my point. So I'm opposing his point that goons are mobilizing through the social media. I don't think they mobilize through the social media. Goons communicate using social media in private chat DMs. But the same social media is used to mobilize the people against the government if the government does not do what is right. When we had protests for the Gen Zs, there were protests against the goons as well. People really hate what the goons did. But you're not telling me that the goons were openly coming out and saying, I'm a goon. You're going to be beaten by the people. So I want to agree that social media brings the aspect of making communication easier between the goons, meaning that they can cause a lot of damage. They can know where to be at what time. In real time, they can orchestrate massive damage.
But I don't really think they use social media, because social media will leave out evidences.
That's what I'm trying to say. They definitely use social media to some degree. Whether they call and use Morse codes to communicate, whether they call and ask, have you poured all the bags of rice? And maybe by rice, they mean businesses.
Yeah.
So whether they use certain Morse codes to communicate, one factor remains: communication is facilitated through the social media platforms. However, I feel like the social media has a bigger advantage when it comes to mobilizing the Kenyans. Now, the social media mobilizing the Kenyans is actually it's a positive. It's a positive because the people of Kenya, the youth, the Gen Zs can come together today and say that we are not going to be divided as a people. We are young people of between certain ages, and we believe that we can make a difference. We can come together and say that we are not Luos, we are not Kikuyus, we are not Kalenjins, we are not Indians. We are Kenyans. I mean, social media is doing wonders as far as that one is concerned. Now, coming back to whether the provinces and the divisions bring unity or destroy it, I feel like one of the big advantages that our country got when it was divided into counties is that the government reduced the tension of certain regions disintegrating. A very good example, we had the Mombasa Republican Council. MRC wanted to divide themselves into a country.
Yeah.
We had the Northern Frontier, we had the Northeastern Kenya wanting to divide and join Somalia. So once the country is divided into counties, there is that aspect of people feeling that their issues are addressed and the government is much closer to them, and that brings a difference. That is why I'm saying that I'm not really opposing devolution. I mean, if you are wise enough, you would know that with increase in population and increase in the desire and the need of the people having all the services closer to themselves, devolution is a miracle for that. Devolution is the engine to drive that change. However, at the same time, it comes at a cost, and that is my take towards this. It comes at a cost. I mean, I don't see the reason why we should have senators of all the counties. Maybe the government should just have a certain number of senators that are monitoring all the counties. Maybe just 5 are enough to monitor each county. Maybe we shouldn't have all the women reps. They should be nominated members of parliament, or even not there at all in the first place. Maybe the government should make sure that maybe members of parliament have their assistants or deputies who should be automatically the other gender. If the MP is the woman, the assistant should be a man. Yeah. Maybe something like that would work, and the people would feel represented, both genders. So the question here is not about whether our country should be divided into large chunks or smaller chunks, because once again, if you divide it into provinces, you encourage disintegration. You will find that a certain region feels that they belong to Uganda, a certain region feels that they are more. A very good example, we have Ugandan population spilling into Kenyan western side. We have Somalis spilling into northeastern Kenya. We have people of Ethiopia spilling into northern Kenya. The moment you make very large divisions, those people are going to feel like they can create something on their own, and that is very dangerous. So our unity should be cultivated by our government. I want to give an example of a country that I really admire as a person. I'm lucky enough to be fluent in Turkish as well, and I love the country of Turkey. Turkey is very patriotic. The people of Turkey go through the system like it's, they have one of the largest militaries, and I'm not saying that we should have a military like that. I don't think we need that. We don't have any imminent threats, although our country is growing and the government might decide to invest in that. But I feel like we need a system that brings out the aspect of patriotism into Kenyans more. I mean, every Kenyan right now, once you succeed, you think about, almost a large number think about going to live in another country.
Abroad, yeah.
Well, right now, if you don't find the opportunity, the job opportunity here, you start thinking, how can I succeed in Germany? How can I succeed in England? How can I succeed in Qatar? How can I succeed in the United States? But if we create the aspect of patriotism, I mean, look at countries like China, look at countries like North Korea, in as much as it is a communist, they are communist. Look at countries like Russia.
They're so developed.
I mean, look at the people of America. They are so patriotic to their country. They proudly speak their name. They proudly preach USA. Even when they have sports or things going on, they are there shouting USA, USA. I mean, I don't think there would be any harm if Kenyans had that zeal and desire to always identify with the country. And I think this should be cultivated from young age of children, and convincing the children that there is nothing that our country cannot do, because our country is capable. So patriotism is hugely discouraged by the shortcomings that we have as a country. You find that maybe drought comes and hits Kenya, and then the government does not have the money to give people food when there is drought. Floods come, Kenyans suffer, and the government does not have the boats to save them. Lives are lost. How can you have patriotism and your government is not capable? It makes you even question that the nature and where you have found yourself in nature is not where you are supposed to be, because the government does not respond. But I feel like if the government can address the issues of how it delivers services to the people and how it offers the issue of patriotism, we should invest more in patriotism of this country. That is my opinion, to promote the national unity that we all desire to have.
Okay. On your side, do you have anything to add on that? About patriotism?
Okay, Kenyans, I can say Kenyans are patriotic. In fact, Kenyans are the most patriotic people in Africa. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm. They're so proud.
They're so proud. The only problem is the economical factor. We only feel that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why people are trying to run away from the country is because our systems actually do not support us. Economic-wise, it's against us. Because let's put them in their shoe. You have studied 4 years as a nurse. Mm-hmm. You come here and you're paid 20,000 a month. Yeah. That is not even guaranteed. Sometimes it's delayed. And you hear in Germany they are paying you 20 times that, 10 times that. What would stop you from going there, from admiring that place? So that you hate your country. Because if Kenyans were not patriotic enough, they would not be reinvesting back after going abroad.
Yeah, they reinvest.
Yeah, if they hated it, they will not be doing that. Yeah. So the problem is that we're not patriotic enough. It's just that our economic situation is the one that's actually forcing us to look outside instead of inside. Yes, I agree. China, the Chinas, the Germans, the Americans, they are proud because they love developing their country. But before they got there, do you know the government actually had to make a decision, which our government is not ready to make that decision. Let's be honest, the government is not. The other day, our president intentionally brought an Ebola station in our country after Trump actually refused it. In fact, Trump was the one. In fact, Trump never had any intention of bringing that station in Africa. The South African president went and simped at him.
And told him, bring it
to the facilities, blah blah blah. Yeah. So if our own governments can do something like that, they really like us, and that's one of the reasons why even South Africans are chasing us away. Yeah. Because they know their governments don't care about you. They don't care. Why are they not chasing the Chinese? Because they know if you touch one Chinese, they will come for you like something. Yeah. So, if actually, I can say the problem is Kenyans will love our country. Our government are the ones that actually letting us down.
We are so proud of to be a Kenyan. Yeah.
Our governments are the ones who are letting us down. If we only fix that economy, then first of all, we should start by our education system. Please. If they really care enough, they'll say, okay, let's make sure people earn from what they have learned. Yeah. That way, no one will have an excuse to look outside to go look for a job. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay. So, what I've understood from all this, it's not a must we have provinces, but we just do away with these so many leaders that are there. Yeah, that's what's affecting us. Yeah, thank you for staying tuned. I hope you have learned something. You can give us your comments, your thoughts, your ideas. So the motion was either are you supporting provinces or counties? And the issue has already been looked at by the government and they're going to take it to parliament. So we are going to inform you on what will happen. Stay tuned. Any final remark?
No, I have not.
Any?
Maybe just mentioning that I don't know if I should call it a high call, a big call, or a big point out, or a big opinion. I feel like our leadership is not structured in a good way, because one of the biggest contributors of what we call disunity is our leadership structure. So we have so many leaders that are elected on several, based on several factors. Maybe a certain leader did not even go to school, but is a millionaire in the community. And he has done something, yes, it's fine. But then he comes into leadership just because he has created that impact and influence. And it is not bad. He is a leader in the first place because he or she has assisted the community. But I feel like the government should come up with something, maybe some sort of training for all the leaders before you take any position of power. And not just the training on how to lead and how to execute the things that you are expected to do by the Constitution, but even how to communicate to your citizens. I mean, if you tell an MCA from Mombasa County that even when he goes to Nyeri County, he needs to address the people of Nyeri as wananchi wa Kenya wenzangu. It brings that difference. A child who is in Nyeri will know that Al-Bashir or whoever from Mombasa is my fellow citizen as a Kenyan. So we need to have leadership that promotes patriotism and unity, rather than leadership that creates division along tribal lines and along cultural lines, because our leaders, they really let us down, and they really divide this country into further pieces when it comes to trying to bring their people together. So I don't see the reason why I should bring my tribe together just to make a certain leader appear as if he or she is trying to divide, to create what we call a disadvantage against my tribe. So I don't see why I should say that I am from Mount Kenya region and we are the majority. I don't see why I should say that to the people who are the minority. We need to have leaders who are taking leadership for what it is, as a position of power, as a position of responsibility, rather than just power, and rather than just dividing the people, but bringing them together, and always remembering that we are Kenyans. So all the leaders of our country, you should promote patriotism, and you should remember that your first duty should be to unite the people of Kenya and not to divide them along any kind of division. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam and Kevin, for making your time to come here, and also for the viewers back at home. Thank you for your time. Remember, Thika TV, the world is watching.